So here's what I found out. I've been using Windows Media Video, which is a good high quality video rendering setting. But the problem is that the files are extremely huge. When you bring them back into Sony Vegas really can't handle the file being that big, and it just crashes, and it can barely play it, and then it just crashes like that. It's a real mess. So I started saying, well, okay, what video format can I use that this stupid thing can't handle? So now I'm using Sony MXF to render video clips, and it's working out really well. Let me show you these composited clips playing in the timeline. They play pretty well. So I wanted to show you real quick, right here, this intro video, or actually let's look at the wrap-up video. The size is 800 megabytes. Before, when I rendered this in Windows Media Video, it was like 120 gigabytes. So I mean, it's ridiculously huge, and that is the complete reason why Sony's able to handle this video, is because it's much smaller. But the quality is really good, so this is an excellent rendering setting. Okay, so let's take a look at this video. Hey everyone, I just want to take a minute and tell you how you could support this Kickstarter project or other Kickstarter projects and help them succeed. Here's a good way that you can help Kickstarter projects that you like for free. So as you can see, the quality is still really high. We haven't sacrificed quality at all by using this. And so another thing really quick, if you're going to drag video clips or sound files or anything into the timeline, you're going to want to take them directly from the Explorer right here, because if you open up a file like, a folder, and you can drag it onto the timeline, but that's really going to mess Sony Vegas up to where it's going to start crashing all the time. Another thing is that your project media, it gets really filled up with all kinds of files, and like half of them you're not even actually using. They're just things that you dragged onto the timeline, and then you said, no, I don't need that, and you drag something else, and then you're like, no, I don't need that. But they all get stocked up in this thing, and the more that you collect in there, the more likely that it's going to start crashing. And when I have a big project, I'll take and just select all, and I'll open Sony Vegas in a second window, and I'll just copy and paste it to the other project, and then save it, just to get rid of all this junk in the project media. Obviously you can't sit here and go through all this garbage, it's ridiculous. So also be aware when you do that, like you copy and paste all this to another project, like to clean all this project media out. A problem you're gonna have is like a lot of this stuff, like the envelopes, the compositing level envelopes and things like that, aren't going to copy over, and you're gonna have to reset all your compositing layers to screen or overlay or whatever you're using. A lot of the stuff just isn't going to transfer over, but you just go back and forth between the projects for a minute or two and fix everything, and then save it as a new project just in case you mess something up, and I always like save, like for one project I'll just keep like saving like intro 1, 2, 3 on, because you never know, this stuff can get messed up so easily. Okay, real quick, I just wanted to show you, you go into render settings, and right there, Sony MXF, and that's a good compressed format, and I go down to 1920 by 1080 24p progressive. I film everything in 24p. I go into customize template, and let's see, because we're not actually using film, which would truly be 24, for digital, 24 frames per second is really 23.976, so make sure that it's on that. And of course, progressive scan. If you are using a render setting that has a pixel aspect ratio, always do it square, square pixels, 1.000. It's very important, otherwise your video, it will be squished on some players and then it will be longer on other players. Just, always use 1.000 square, because that's really the standard for players. And if you start getting into all these weird compressed type things, you really have to know what you're doing to be messing with that. Alright, thanks for watching. Share, like, comment, and subscribe.